that if you look back to 2000 when we started all this, say, adventure, we have now reality in Europe that is far, far from what was in 2000. So there is a structuring factor in the way we look at science that has a dramatic effect in areas that we are not even able to measure or. And this is to be understood. The way we today look, the way we see Amazon today naturally providing cloud computing, or the way we see this sharing rather than owning attitudes being developed in policy masters into companies, etc., may seem very natural. It wasn't 6-7 years ago. So I think that Europe, and in the particular case of the European Commission, we don't just think that has been a strong payoff on our investment. We are extremely proud of being part of this process and creating a dynamics that is just opening new doors. The recent investments that we are doing in the area of data as a scientific infrastructure in itself are just opening another big door into the unknown, and it will again lead us to discover some extremely interesting results. I mean, it's certainly amazing how we have been able to lose data that took so hard for our researchers to gather. As it is so fascinating to look our data that is put in logbooks of fishermen in some small villages since the 18th century can be so useful today in making more accurate predictions into what the global climate change will be. So we are just opening, and I'd like also to measure the success of our investments, not just by the concrete results, and there are a lot that we get in terms of concrete results in different areas, but also on the huge potential that we are opening. We are just opening a window or a door, as you want, maybe a door, and behind that door is a brave new world that is there to be discovered. And I think that grids was part of this turning factor that has been very useful, at least in Europe, to make us look at science in a different way.
I would like to emphasize the words of Mario from the point of view of a research institution. I think that it's increasingly true to say that we are converting in some way the classical science in what we call the science, you know what I mean? And we need the IT infrastructure, and grid is one of the most important IT infrastructures. We cannot afford. I think that the question is not the payoff of the investment. I think it's just the opposite way. We cannot afford to not have some IT infrastructure ready for our scientists and our companies and our society.